I'm going to talk about the expanding power of feminism online and how they use useful idiots to do it. And this guy I'm talking about is actually not a useful idiot because he's making bank with this, right? He's making a lot of money doing what he's doing. His fans are the useful idiots. Now, let's read this tweet. And he's talking about Andrew Tate, this woman. Okay. So, Saya Akawowo, she's a feminist and she's a campaigner to end online abuse. But that's a lie. And I'm going to explain why that's a lie later on. But first of all, let's read a tweet. My one objective of joining TikTok's Trust and Safety Council was to hold the platform accountable for women's safety. Both the application of incel Andrew Tate and banter around Heard and Debt trial seriously concerns me. Today I have a confidential meeting to talk with global policy and safety team at TikTok. I cannot share the details of the meeting, but I held nothing back. A systematic approach to this is urgently needed. TikTokers and those who report Andrew Tate have been let down. To be 100% clear, incels and any variation of men's rights groups who are against women are and should be seen as a terrorist group. They are. Okay. Tech platforms must treat hate towards women as the same as all hate. There's no hierarchy in oppression. That's a lie, by the way. If you're unsure how to do this, work with and donate to Glitch Tech UK. You can also pre-order my book where I talk about how tech companies and men can help make social media safer for women. Okay, so this is a lot to break down here, and I'm going to talk about who Andrew Tate is. He's not an incel, right? I'm going to read this and explain who he is. He's a tradcon Muslim PUA con artist, and he's very successful at what he does. So I can't call him a useful idiot, but he's willing to smear and destroy the reputations of men online. And I've watched some of his videos, and he said some stupid things. But disclaimer, I'm not sure if the Mirror's just making this shit up, because we've caught them lying blatantly about the Johnny Depp thing. But I do know he's said stupid things in the past, and he strongman postures a lot. So let's read this. There's a lot of hysteria about this. Who is Andrew Tate? TikTok star whose misogynistic content racks up billions of views, right? And I wouldn't call it misogynistic because misogyny doesn't exist. I would call it posturing. Powerless men compensating and lashing out and posturing to compensate for the abuse they receive at the hands of women. They feel powerless, so they want to posture as strong men. That's what they're doing. TikTok is facing calls to remove misogynistic content of Andrew Tate from the platform after a shoe of videos went viral. The word misogynistic just means nigger. So the Daily Mirror is using the word nigger, as far as I'm concerned. Clips of the controversial media personality have now racked up over 11.6 billion views on TikTok as he voices a number of abhorrent opinions. Okay, so what about the feminists who tweet kill all men and get away with it? Yeah? Okay. The self-declared alpha has previously declared that women are a man's property, that they can't drive, and he's even gone far to say that rape survivors must bear responsibility for their attacks. Has he said all this? He said, I think I remember him saying that women are a man's property, if I remember correctly. But that's just strongman posturing. Women are not a man's property. Men are the women's property. That's how it works, right? And this tradcon is selling the strongman posture and the delusion that men are in control of women, which is nonsense. In clips shared on the platform, Tate is also seen telling women, if your man does cheat, the most stupid thing you can do is leave. And I think my sister is her husband's property. But his comments about women are also violent too. In one video explaining how he would act if a woman accused him of cheating, he says, bang out the machete, boom her in the face and grab her by the neck. Shut up, bitch. Okay. With the clips quickly growing viral, a charity has warned that they can make a lasting impression on men all over the world, posing a serious danger. A spokesperson for White Ribbon who seeks to end male violence against women, you see that's female supremacy in and of itself, because women suffer less violence than men, right? And women commit more violence against men than men commit violence against women. So it's equivalent of end all violence against whites. That would be white supremacy. End all violence against women is female supremacy, right? Women have already got extra laws and protection against violence from men, so they don't need a charity. Has spoken out against the content, saying that Tate's comments are extremely misogynistic. That's like saying extremely nigger, and could have concerning long-term effects on a younger audience. Andrew Tate, whose real name is MRA Andrew Tate III, is a former professional kickboxer who's now an entrepreneur and content creator and runs his own online school called Hustlers University. All red flags. Hustling just means gain the status to get the girl. And his hustle is selling men strongman posturing, copeman delusions, and shitty pickup advice. He sells causes that claim to free the modern man from socially induced incarceration. That's a lie. You can't free yourself from that. So that's strongman posturing. And teaches men how to make money and sleep with women. That's fraudulent advice. All PUE advice has been proven to be fraudulent. So that's a lie. And all these courses teaching men how to make money is a lie as well. So the best way to make money is to be charismatic and just be confident and just sell men lies about making money and sleeping with women. That's how you make money. Tate first rose to fame in 2016 when he first appeared on the 17th series of Big Brother. But the controversial figure was kicked off the show after a video emerged where he appeared to show him beating a woman with a belt. He claimed that the act was consensual and that he was using a felt belt. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't particularly care about this guy and I don't particularly want to defend him. But I hardly doubt that he was beating a woman for real and filming it. Put it that way. Right, that's probably BDSM play. It wasn't long before Tate was stirring up controversy yet again over comments he made about the Me Too movement. During a series of vile tweets, he wrote, "If you put yourself in a position to be raped, you must bear some responsibility." The British-American national now resides in Romania with his brother Tristan Tate. In a now deleted YouTube video explaining his move, Tate said that it was easy to get away with rape in Eastern Europe and claimed that is probably 40% of the reason for his move. The video is now deleted. I just can't take their word for it. They're lying. But he might have said it, but I still believe they're lying. I've actually got to see this video for myself for him to believe that. He's been controversial on purpose to grow his channel. He added, "I'm not a rapist, but I like the idea of being able to do what I want. I like being free." So this is the equivalent of a woman who goes, "I don't want to falsely accuse a man, but I still like the idea of Me Too because I want to be able to do it." The same thing. In April 2022, Tate's home was raided by police following a tip off from the US Embassy that 21-year-old American woman was being held against her will there. So he's been falsely accused of crimes that he hasn't done, obviously. He's clearly a lunatic. Tate and his brother were brought in for questioning and they were later released and denied any wrongdoing. Yeah, if there was any evidence at all, he would have been incarcerated. But in a statement to Daily Beast, Romanian authorities said that the investigation, which expanded to cover human trafficking and rape allegations, was ongoing. It's all fucking nonsense. See, he's taking it too far because he's status seeking too much and he's posturing too much. He's made a lot of money and he doesn't know when to cash in the chips. He's got to keep on escalating it and grow his status more and more. That's why I call him a lunatic. Andrew Tate recently claimed to be a trillionaire. During a YouTube live stream with Aidan Ross, he bragged, "I don't know if you knew this. I don't want to brag, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm a trillionaire, the world's first." He's delusional, right? He's lying on purpose to get attention, to get the status. Late in the live stream, he went on to tell Ross that he made his first $1 million by the age of 21, and that by the time he was 31, he made 100 million. He then claimed he became a trillionaire quite recently. I wouldn't figure would make him the world's richest man ahead of billionaire Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, but like many of Tate's claims, it doesn't add up. So, yeah, he's a pathological liar, basically. Tate's mainstream of income is include his online subscription service, Hustler University, and his casino business in Romania. Anyone who calls himself runs a service called Hustler University is not a trillionaire. It costs $49 to enroll in Hustler University, and members are given their own affiliate sign-up link that they are encouraged to share with friends. He currently has over 100,000 subscribers. That's a lot of money. Tate and his brother also run a webcam business where they sell women's sob stories to men, which then claim to make millions from, but have admitted that it's a total scam. The content creator also has a number of YouTube channels which he shares his extreme views and a Twitch account. Estimation of this is like Rush V on steroids, basically. Estimation of Tate's net worth vary considerably. Celebrity net worth puts his wealth at 20 million, while BioView thinks his net worth is 250 million. However, both figures put him far off becoming a trillionaire. So this guy, if he's got any brains, he needs to cash out, move to another country and become low-key, right? Even if he's got 20 million, he's made his fortune. He needs to bail because he's going to end up in prison because of anti-bail hysteria, right? How he's acting is outrageous, let me make it clear. But women can act like this and they won't be in danger of incarceration, right? Women acting like this and saying these sort of things will get enabled, right? And the proof of this is Amber Heard, right? She's cut off a man's finger, Johnny Depp's finger, and bragged about committing violence, and it's been recorded. And she's beaten women in the past, and she's still walking free, right? Andrew Tate once said he would give only CPR to hot women because he isn't gay. That's a troll thing. According to now this is it. According to Femicide Census, a source of comprehensive information about women who have been killed in the UK, ends violence against women End violence against... There's a fucking typo here. That's fucking ridiculous. End violence against women is the leading cause of premature death of women globally. This has been debunked, actually. This is complete nonsense. And like, even if you don't know the female murder stats, just knowing the murder stats alone would make you call bullshit on this, because murder is not the number one cause of death for men, right? And men get murdered far more often than women, right? Okay. So the claim that violence against women is the leading cause of death of women is just an outright lie. This is an outright lie. And I don't need to read the rest of this article because this is all fucking nonsense. I wanted to get up to this point. So feminists are jumping on this. They're creating a hysteria about this. They're creating an uproar about this to promote their false propaganda, right? The concept of femicide is the same as white genocide. It's the female equivalent of white genocide. There is no femicide, right? Men who target and kill women for being women are serial killers, and they're like 1 in 10 million or something like that. They're so fucking rare. They're outliers, right? Far more women kill male children than men who kill women, right? And women who kill adult men are nearly equivalent to men who kill women. And when it comes to other forms of violence, women commit far more violence against men, right? And you've got to bear in mind, I'm working off stats that are flawed in the female supremacist culture, right? So women probably murder men more than men murder women. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Okay? So in the UK alone, 100 women were killed by men in 2020. So violence against women is the leading cause of premature death of women, right? But in the UK alone, 110 women were killed by men in 2020. The murder rate in the UK, in London's 300 alone, right? So in London alone, if 50% of murder victims were female, it would be 150. This is ridiculous. They're claiming that murder of women, violence against women, is leading cause of premature death, right? But then they claim 110 women were killed in the UK a year by men. Do you see how fucking stupid this is? And this guy, Andrew Tate, is the biggest cock on the planet. He's a con artist, PUA, strongman posturer, and he's whipping feminists up into a frenzy. Okay, I want to get back to this and call this tweet chain out. Okay. My one objective of joining TikTok's Trust and Safety Council was to hold the platform accountable for women's safety. Right? This is a lie. Women are perfectly safe on Twitter. Women are free to incite violence against men, talk about killing men. Okay, and they get away with it. If you call a woman a slut on Twitter, you'll get your account banned. So they're calling, and she's now both application of the incel Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is not an incel. Okay, he's not sexless. He's got at least got 20 million in a bank account. He's gonna bang far more pussy than most men will ever see in their lifetime. He's gonna have rock star level of pussy, right? He's banging multiple women because women like men with status. And there's a lot of women who are gonna find a scumbag who say outrageous things to get status, exciting and attractive as well. So he's not an incel by the sexist definition, and he's not an ideological incel. Okay, so this is bullshit. Okay, now the application of incel Andrew Tate and the banter around the Heard and Depp trial seriously concern me. So she's lumping an idiot Andrew Tate, a useful idiot Andrew Tate, calling him incel, and then linking the Heard and Depp trial to that. So they're trying to obfuscate the issue and smear the issue. So Johnny Depp was an abused male, a blatantly abused male. A lot of these fans are females. Okay, so are they incels when women can get pussy, sex, dick at a drop of a hat? Right? A pink pillar once said, "Dick is the cheapest cut of meat," a very dehumanizing term, but it's actually very true. She was being honest from her point of view. She hates men, she doesn't like them, and she can get dick at a drop of a hat. And she's probably an ugly woman as well, who said that as well. Ugly women can get dick at a drop of a hat. Dick is the cheapest chop of meat. So Johnny Depp's female fans are not going to be incels. And you see, so she's using the incel term as a smear and to lump in other groups. With the global policy and safety team at TikTok. Now, what I find disturbing is that TikTok is interacting with this lunatic and pathological liar. Okay? This woman gets to have a seat at their safety team and have influence. They invite radical feminists who've been proven liars over and over again. I cannot share the details of the meeting, but I held nothing back. That means she told all the lies she wanted to tell. A systematic approach to this is urgently needed. That means we need to ban all MRAs. TikTokers and those who report Andrew Tate have been let down. To be 100% clear, incels and any variation of men's rights group, incels have nothing to do with men's rights, who are against women and who are and should be seen as terroristic group that they are. MRAs are one of the most passive, meek, non-militant groups that ever exist, and this pathological liar wants to smear them as terrorists. Okay? Tech platforms must treat hate towards women the same as all hate. That's a lie. What she's actually saying is tech platforms must treat hate against women as worse than any other sort of hate, and she wants hate against men to be allowed and enabled. She's just lying. Like, feminists tweet hate against men all the time. Kill all men. That Huffington Post editor who tweeted "kill all men" still got a job. Tech platforms must. There's no hierarchy in oppression. That's a lie. Feminists have hierarchy of oppression, so that's a lie. Okay, and women are not oppressed anyway. And then she spends the rest of the time plugging a book. So this is a very troubling development, and this is part of their pattern. So there's always going to be idiots and lunatics out there who say outrageous things. Okay, and there's going to be male lunatics who make money saying outrageous, ridiculous things. Okay, who strongman posture. Right, who talk about beating women, who talk about doing this to women, and they don't beat women in real life. Let's make that clear. Or the vast majority of them do. There are men who beat women, but they're in a small minority. Most domestic violence is actually committed by women, and a lot of men who do act violently in relationships are being reactive. The woman's abusing him, and he's reacting. The men who sole perpetrators of domestic abuse against women, male ones, are so rare. They're an outlier, right? They're probably like 10% of domestic abusers altogether, right? So this is actually not about outrage against Andrew Tate. They're actually not that outraged against him, but they're whipping up hysteria. Look, if they were just outraged against him and wanted to get him banned, I actually wouldn't care at all. I wouldn't care at all. But what they're doing, they're getting outraged about him. They're talking about incels. They're talking about men's rights. And there's feminist charities who promote the feminist side narrative, which is false, who jump on board and they gain power and political points doing this. They contact big tech companies, they get their foot in the door, they become part of the safety teams, they get moderator positions, and they start banning MRAs. Okay? And this is what they do. And Andrew Tate, they're useful idiots, because I still have to class them as idiots even though they're making money, because they're pushing it too far. Andrew Tate's going to get in a lot of trouble and he's going to end up in jail sooner or later. And feminists are going to use him as an example and go, look, there's incel misogyny, look at MRAs, even though Andrew Tate's not an MRA. Someone like Andrew Tate would have contempt for the MRM, okay? And so look at these incels and misogynistic MRAs. We need to crack down on them, and there's going to be a crackdown on them. So there's going to be a crackdown on YouTube. TikTok, there's going to be a crackdown. There's going to be a crackdown on Reddit, okay? Because Reddit's recently banned the Pro-Male Collective, one of the Pro-Male Collective groups, and we're going to be destroyed. And the MRM and Johnny Depp supporters, they're not going to, the biggest group of people fighting for man's rights, not men's rights, they're only fighting for Johnny Depp's rights. They're not going to frame the issue correctly. They're not going to understand what's going on, and they're not going to be able to respond back correctly, partly because a lot of them are women, right? Okay. And we're going to get crushed. That's my prediction. Things are only going to get worse for men. And I'm going to be honest here. I sort of want Andrew Tate to be jailed because he deserves it. I don't like the guy. He's a con artist. He's probably broken so many laws, right? And look, I don't take violence against women seriously, right? But when it does happen, it should be punished. And also, I do not want men to rant about women like that freely. I just don't. There's no good can come from it, right? Okay. That's what makes me different from a feminist. Feminists want women to be able to rant against men, talk about killing them and murdering them freely, right? That's what feminists want. I do not want any sex to be able to rant about the other sex like that freely, right? Because I want them both held to the same standards. Over and out.